Yo, what up, friends?
But you know what I love about Caitlin that she did? She let her teammates get involved. She said, okay, you wanna lock me up and corner me? I'm gonna give it to my players. I'm gonna trust my teammates. This is why this is the GOAT. You watch. She should have won today. You saw that she had a magnificent, I think, 13 points within 5 minutes like that. This girl is unstoppable. And let me tell you something, Caitlin. Even though you didn't win the national championship, don't worry. There's always a bigger fish to fry, and you're going there next year, woman.
Yeah, but like let me caveat on this right here.
Well, what do you think of the call, Jake? Was it a good call?
It was a good call. And like I said, UConn's just crying over one call. They were winning the whole game. They choked. Plain and simple. Okay. They choked when the going got tough. The tough didn't get going for them.
Wow.
Damn, Jake, you must really suck, man. When I left, we had over 20 people live. I come back and we have nobody watching. Like, what did you do? Did you run everybody off? What's wrong with you?
There's still 21 people, Jake.
I was gone 2 damn minutes.
You better, get your opinion in, you idiot.
Yeah. What do you think of this call? Everybody was complaining about the UConn call, offensive call.
It was crazy, man.
It's bullshit. You don't call that call for the last possession of the game, man. Get out of here with that crap. I don't care if it's the
Are you serious?
You do not ever
It was a bad
call that call at the last possession of the damn game.
Of the game.
It didn't affect the game.
It's the right
it
call,
wasn't that
Omar.
bad. It was barely a little lean in.
She was moving.
Here, let the girls play, man.
I just said that. I just told Flo the same thing. I'm going to let the girls play. And it seems like they put constraints on how the girls are playing the game. Even on Friday and even on today.
Oh, okay.
Let them play, Flo.
If those were men, they would have let them been bumping all over each other and not caring. Man, get out of here with that.
Look at the call, man.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. She's moving. She's still moving. Look at that. She's taking a big step. Moving, and then she puts her elbow out.
She's
not allowed to move.
Yes,
that's an illegal
screen.
You can't be moving. But look at, she takes a huge step. She's still moving.
But what happens? Nothing happens out of this.
That's an illegal screen.
Not all whatsoever. It's not. Oh my goodness.
Are you serious?
In the rule book, yes, it's an illegal screen. But you do not call that on the last possession of the game. It wasn't that egregious, and it didn't affect the play. So you let it go.
Okay. Yeah, she would have been wide open for a shot. What are you talking about?
That's akin to when the. You know what? I'm gonna just stop before I get myself in trouble.
Re-show it, Flo.
Oh man, re-show it. Why?
I want you to re-show it
because Jake scared all the followers off anyway, so we ain't got nobody watching anyway. So who cares?
I'll show it again. I'm just saying.
I left.
She's clearly moving.
21 people on the 22.
There's still 21 people there. There's still 21 people.
Oh, it says nobody on my end. I'm like, what?
Oh, okay, yeah. There's 21. I think it's because you're frozen, Omar.
Well, you know.
What do you want to say? Anyway. What do you want to say, Canteen? Look, she takes a big, huge step to get in front of her.
She's allowed to take a step. She was trying to set herself. There's nothing wrong.
She's still dragging her feet. The girl's already.
She's not even set. Oh, when she runs into, she's running into her before she's
allowed to get in position.
She's never gonna get set in time.
You don't know that. It's a bang bang play. That's too quick for you to say something like that.
And look, she puts her hand out, and look at her bottom hand. She has her bottom hand.
At the end, she gives her a little bob.
Look at her underneath.
Come on, man.
Look at the underneath hand. Look at the underneath hand. Look how she's pushing it out. Look at the underneath hand. Look.
She gave her a little
chicky
wing. Yes, I see it.
Look at that. Fist is still there.
It's not egregious, and it doesn't affect the play. And for them to affect,
it does affect that. They could have got an open shot out of that. They could have got an open shot out of that.
All right, I'm going to say it then. I'm going to say it. They called it because it's Caitlin Clark, and they wanted Caitlin Clark in the damn final.
What?
I'll say it.
Oh my gosh, Omar. Are you serious?
This was a directive from the NCAA.
NCAA.
It's a conspiracy, and I'm glad that South Carolina beat the brakes off of them today, so we can shut up.
They didn't really beat the brakes off of them.
I'm sick and tired of Caitlin Clark. I'm damn tired of
Look at that. You think she's moving, okay, T?
I don't care about her no more.
Bro,
WNBA and start,
look, she's moving, and she does this.
Just like Sabrina Ionescu. What do I care about Caitlin Clark nonsense, man? Get off her job, yo. She ain't that great, and she's not the GOAT. I'm done with that conversation too. To be a GOAT, you have to win one championship, and she won 0. She ain't not a GOAT.
Dang.
She made it to the Natty back-to-back years.
I don't give a damn if she made it to the Natty.
Wow.
I can't name a player on her team that's good.
I don't care.
Wow. Okay. I don't know why you're hating on Caitlin Clark so much.
Because she's not the GOAT, and that's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. All right. I don't think she's the GOAT, and I think this does affect her status as one of the greatest all time. I think, you got to win the chip, man, at least once, I think.
Yeah.
But on the other side of the coin, does this I think this is Dawn Staley's third national championship, and now I don't think it's ever been done, the women's undefeated season all the way through. Does this put her in that GOAT conversation with all the other great coaches, with Mulkey and all those other great coaches that in women's basketball? Omar,
yes.
Go ahead, Cam. What do you think?
She's up there with your Gene, whatever his name is, from UConn. She's up there with Pat Summit. She's up there with Kim Mulkey. She's in the arena. She's one of the big dogs now. I think South Carolina is.
What's his name?
Their organization is on the map, and I think they're going to continue to do great things. Flo, there's no way you can argue the point that you lose all 5 starters, you start from scratch, and you win 38 straight. Mm-hmm. That speaks volumes. And it speaks volumes.
Gino's up there too.
And I'll say this too: she's an African-American female, and a lot of people try to throw shade at her. But you heard what she said at the press conference tonight. That when people shut one door in your face, God opens another door. So all I'm saying is they deserve to win. Come on, Flo, you gotta go with that.
Man, I'm not saying they don't deserve to win, but man, pick a side, Don. I mean, she did say that at the end, but then at the press conference, she was saying that she thinks trans women should be able to play with women. I mean, I don't, pick a side. I mean, I don't know. It's just like, you're on both sides of the fence.
First of all, that is a stupid and ignorant question by a dumb journalist who, first of all, shouldn't be asking.
But she didn't have to answer it. She said she didn't care. She said she didn't care. I'm going to answer it.
There's like no if there's any transgender, which I don't know of any, but if there's any in the women's basketball, it's a very little percentage and has no effect on us. Let's stop talking about that. They are a very minority of a community that does not affect the people as much as y'all want to just make.
What I'm saying, the only reason I say that, Omar, is because he's not. Can's talking about how she mentioned God at the end and gave God.
I got it. And okay,
I'm just saying that you can't play both sides of the fence on that.
She was asked the question and gave an answer.
She could have said no comment, Omar. She could have said I don't have a comment on that.
You're right.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right, what do you think, Jake, about Dawn Staley being a GOAT possibly?
I have to see another championship, and here's why.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna tell you why.
She's not the GOAT yet, but she's up there.
She's in the conversation, right? Can she be in the conversation?
She could be. Here's the thing.
Okay.
She beat a team that had one good player to win the championship.
Okay.
She didn't beat. She beat Caitlin Clark and a bunch of bums. She didn't beat nobody great. I don't think it was worthy. And I'm sorry. I think
you call her the GOAT.
I'll tell you this: if she was in the same bracket, if she went the
hey, you heard what your boy said? Dawn Staley for sure the GOAT.
No,
shout out to Elias. Shout out to brother.
If they're on the bracket where they had to go through LSU and they had to face UConn, they do not win. They lose one of those 2 games because Caitlin Clark did the unthinkable and did what she did. There's the only reason you got to walk in there. Caitlin Clark was over there fighting with one arm practically now. She already had to go through everything to win those last 2 games. So I'm not giving her no GOAT. You lucked out on this win. It was the
so Jake, here's the thing though, Jake. You were calling You were calling Caitlin Clark the GOAT lad before she won the championship, and now she don't have any championships. But yet Dawn Staley can't be in the conversation, winning 3 and going undefeated.
She wasn't in,
that doesn't make sense, Jake.
She lucked out that the situation gave her a bunch of bad teams to face to get to her mountain to climb.
It was a number 1 seed.
Caitlin Clark in Iowa, where they had to go through LSU Angel Reese, they had to go through UConn. They fought their way through. I hate to say it, I'm calling a spade, and I'll tell the truth.
Elias says you're talking excuses. Okay. That's all you're doing.
South Carolina swept LSU.
Thank you. That's what I said. And they beat them last year in the championship.
No. That last game, they wouldn't have won. They would not have won. No, do not do that. In fact, that last game was very controversial. You want to talk about controversial games? That last game they played was a controversial game. The LSU
Which one?
South Carolina played the last time. It was close as ever.
The last time? It was close. But that was...
You weren't beating them in the
championship game.
You weren't going to beat them when it counted most. You weren't beating Angel Reese when it counted most.
Come on.
You needed a GOAT, Caitlin Clark.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay.
I mean, they've won what? How many actually won now? 3? So you can't say
she's won 3 and she won an undefeated season. That's pretty rare, Jake. Go undefeated and win the championship.
She's definitely in the conversation. I wouldn't say she's the GOAT yet, but she's definitely in the conversation. And you can't say that with 3 championships she didn't beat good teams on the way to there. That's a pretty ridiculous thing, because obviously you would have to be.
This might be the worst than the Broncos went. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jake. You talked about the Broncos doing this and that.
That's why we call him horrible hot take, Jake.
Cold take.
Elias, bro, you got to read between the lines, bro. That bracket was cheesy. It was easy as ever. I don't want to hear that.
By the way, I don't know who this is, but I think basically to explain it to you, what Flo was saying is that she cannot say that she loves God or God is good and say that trans people are allowed to play basketball, because the idea of transsexuals does not jive or align with the idea of God. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, Christianity doesn't align with that, and so she's, I'm just saying you can't play both sides. If you're gonna do that, I mean, at least just say no comment to me. If you're gonna, you can't really do that. You can't.
I agree. I just said no comment all day. I agree.
Yeah.
Once I heard that word come out of their mouth, I'd have been like, no comment. I have no comment. I don't want to talk about something I don't. I don't want to talk about.
That's all I'm saying, Omar. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I don't want to talk about something I don't know, and I don't know anything about that.
Right. I mean, she knows a little about that. I mean, she's in that community.
I mean, she's in the
part of that community, so she knows a little bit about it. So it's not like she doesn't know anything about it.
But most,
all right, so
I would venture to say, and I am going to say this allegedly. Please, no one send any angry letters in or anything. I would venture to say 50% of women's basketball players are lesbians or bisexual.
Okay.
I mean, Dawn Staley is. She a lesbian.
That's what I'm saying.
I know. I'm saying.
Okay, so Flo. Now, Flo, I don't even want to do this.
Let's move on.
I think that's a valid conversation.
Yeah, let's move on with this one, man. What
are
you gonna say? Bring it up. Let's see if I want to talk about it.
No, Flo, because I know how you are, and I know how you feel about your religious beliefs, and I know you was gonna throw shade because the lady, she's married to a woman, but she professes Christ, and
Well, you can't in the GOAT conversation about that. You just said you care about her talking about trans, but you don't care about her being married to a woman, even though she loves God. Isn't that the
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Flo.
I am, but I wasn't going to bring it up. So what's your point, Canteen?
See, that's what he's saying. He's saying you're being a hypocrite.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, yeah, Flo, because you stand on the biblical platform against that. And then you. So let's move on, man, because I don't want to dig.
What did I do? What did I do? I was supporting her. I just said she's a part of that community. What did I say?
But then you said it's. I guess in a sense you okayed that, but then the trans.
Right. You sounded like that was.
No, I didn't okay that. I didn't okay that. I just didn't bring it up because I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole.
You sold it. All right. Sold it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole. I'm just saying.
Well, here we are, Alice. Who gets that?
Anyway, yeah, I don't agree with her lifestyle. I don't agree with her she answers the question, but I'm saying that doesn't necessarily exclude her from being in the GOAT conversation. Is what I'm saying. But I was saying about the God. He brought up specifically Canteen, the God part, so that's why I brought up the other side.